Hello guys, welcome to Get My Roster video series. So in this series we'll go through step-by-step process of registering, creating a company, creating branches, adding your staff, and all that you could do with our platform. And also you could see how easy it is to get started with the platform. So as you can see, this is the homepage for Get My Roster, and also you can register for free, no credit card required. We don't want your credit card details. So let's get started. Register, start my name, company, Roster Inc. Can And once you're registered, you can see that you're already logged in, so no need to go back to login and enter your credentials. So it's asking you to verify your email address, and as you can see, you're not premium yet, so you can upgrade to a premium here automatically. And also, let's get started by adding some staff. So here you could see that you're the only staff available and your email address is not validated yet. So let's go and add some stuff, something secure. Use the same thing for my email address and mobile number. I can ignore this, or if you want, you could just use this as an active directory of your staff as well, which makes sense. And location, staff role, again we'll come to the roles later, so you could also make them admin, location admin, whatever you want to, but we'll discuss these staff roles in detail later. And again, status, archive, not valid, valid. So valid is what we want. And also employee type, so this is only for accounting purpose, so you could mark them as full-time, part-time, contract temp to make it easy when you're assigning rosters to them. And staff level rank, again let's come back to this later because it's a little bit complicated, but we have managed to make it really simple for you guys. And color, so if you're keen on color coding your staff, you could do by assigning them a color, and whenever you assign them a shift, you would see this color pop in the roster. And also you could add some bank details if you want, and also emergency contact details. So yeah, I'm not going to do that, it's pretty straightforward. So let's create Rosskeller. So now we have Rosskeller created, and once your staff is created, what you could see is certificates and availability. And in certificates, you could manage multiple certifications Ross has. So for example, you could add a start date and an end date, and okay, now that Ross has been created, let's go and see if we can assign him a shift. So this is 11th of July, which is today, so I'll go and add a shift for Ross from 9 a.m. to 5, let's have 4 to 5 p.m. and I can select here Ross. And shift level staff manager, again this is for accounting purposes, and also I'll come back to how you can use this for more advanced roles. And also you could create a draft shift. That means no emails or no comms will be sent to Ross at that whenever the shift is created, but once we make it valid, you could see the emails go through. And also we have added some advanced settings wherein you can add the location of the shift and also some comments. For example, if they have a sequence of tasks to complete for the shift, you could just say pick up stuff, deliver it, location, and so on. Again, this would come up as notes in the mobile app, so it makes it easy for Ross to remember stuff if it's like forgetting. Okay, now that you could see that roster is been created with the role staff and an email has been sent. So Ross would be notified of this particular shift, and he could also, by using the mobile app, choose not to do the shift as well, which we can go through in the next series. And now let's add a location to rostering. Now we have this default location. Let's rename this to Sydney branch, and you could specify an address, George Street, and you could add a phone number, make it valid, and go back to locations, add one more location. Let's call this Melbourne branch, and as you know, there is a Batman Street, and then landline. Let's add a number for Melbourne branch. Now that you have multiple branches, you could see that pop in into your roster, and you can select the roster for Melbourne branch or Sydney branch. Let's go to Sydney branch. See that Ross has a shift. Let's go to Melbourne branch, there's nothing. And also, if you go to your staff, you could see that Ross Keller is assigned to Sydney branch. Now let's add Monica. Now I can assign Monica to Melbourne branch, and also I can make her the location admin. That means she can manage all the staff within the Melbourne branch. She doesn't need to kind of like go through me. She can add new staff, she can archive staff, she can create rosters. So again, choosing a new color, making her a manager, and now that Monica has been created, let's go back to roster. Now since you have a shift in Melbourne, it would come up with that particular shift on the dashboard. And now if you want, you can just go to your roster page, go to Melbourne branch, assign Monica. See, since we have only Monica working in Melbourne branch, that's the reason we have only Monica. We don't have Ross in this branch. So in order to get Ross, let's see how we can do that. So go to staff, go to Ross, and here what you could do is there's something called other branches. So you could select Melbourne, and this is a multi-select, so you could select whatever branches they are able to work, and there would be assignable shifts in that branch. Again, this is not practical possible where people can drive to Sydney and Melbourne at the same time. So still, let's imagine that Sydney and Melbourne are nearby. So now if I go back to my roster and go to Melbourne branch, select Ross, now I can see Ross, and staff, make it valid, assign them the shift. Now Ross has one shift in Melbourne and one shift in Sydney. So let's quickly create one more shift for Monica. In shift level, valid. And you can see that Monica has a shift now. Now let's quickly jump back to the dashboard. And now you would have a bird's eye view of what is going on with your company. Not only your branches, but your entire company. You could see that Ross has two shifts, one in Melbourne, one in Sydney, and Monica has one shift in Melbourne. And also you could see how many verified staff are there. So currently I have 3 staff, including myself, who haven't verified their email addresses. So they need to go and verify the email addresses, and also as an admin you can ask them to verify their email addresses, or else like the email notifications won't be able to